all over it.
a premium 2-0.
So G2?
But the proof's in the pudding, and we're about to dive into this. On the attacking side, EDG.
Because the Kerbal are bind, I imagine it's a good bind. They've not played bind yet.
Look at this. They've dodged the recon dart at the beginning.
Yeah,
It shows that they're pretty
I
aware of how
I don't like the chamber, but I like everything else.
Should be unexpected.
Don't like the
jump
chamber.
onto him
The
as
chamber
soon as they
is
take
so
contact.
good in this comp.
Trying to get to keep his life.
Chamber Vice is a
Looks like
disgusting duo, I'm telling you.
looking like he was indecisive, and he's
Yeah,
managed on
disgusting
that.
as in, like,
Effective
I
trade,
want
at
to
least for
protect
now,
the alpha
until
moment
nobody
whenever
No,
I
no,
see it.
it's disgusingly good. It has good fairy behind it as well. Like you have to default and find the wall, and then you can't, and then you save the trip on attack for like actually clearing some positions. I'm telling you, it's good, and you can flash set up the chamber as well.
Towards Art here, two of them posting up in this post plant. Chichu dedicated towards the
I mean,
listen,
you're not wrong, but at the same time, I can't be wrong either.
Bring it all down as
But it's always this position. It's always an Astra. It's always an Astra in this position. It's always a 1v3.
That shouldn't be happening.
Oh,
What a
no.
way to open.
That's crazy.
If that's a taste of
Actually
things to come,
crazy.
we've got a treat before us. Red Bull Clutch coming out.
Nah, I definitely have the vision for chamber. I just
like
think
G2 should have been able to trade this kill.
could
The
we add
final
something
shot
else
into the
that...
box, that
Yeah, I
was
mean, yeah, it could get
beautiful.
anti, but we could maybe add something else there to be a bit more...
Yeah.
Wonderfully, doesn't he? They need.
Like,
think,
I feel like trying to make
heroes
chamber
today,
work on
EDG,
attack is like
for starters, on Pearl,
one-dimensional, and I
they're playing a
don't like
composition
trying to
that
make it work.
is a
But
little new to them. They're
I've
on
seen
defense,
it
you
now.
can't argue it, but I just don't like it on
Despite the
attack.
fact that they've got the
I've
tape
seen
advantage
4
and they can do some
1v3s
anti, as you
with an
saw in the
Astra
pistol
here.
round. I mean, that was a
I'm
The
pretty
only
sure
way I
like
can see
this
chamber working on
is-
attack here is if
G2 kind of pistol they pulled out.
you basically again
They're
just
gonna
plant
be
him in like
heroes
A
to
main,
step
have a
up.
defensive TP, let him
Luckily for
search,
EDG,
look
they
around,
got him in
blah blah blah,
droves
but then
here, but
you play it one time and you realize that they're setting the
Now
chamber
this
up on
lands.
like A main or B, then you just push him back, he TPs, and then he blocks everything. So
But for now, that's lovely. Gungunga wants to really kick this off, but still,
Incredible.
this is looking
Yeah,
wrapped
I
up
get
in
what you're
fun.
saying.
Very nice. Yes,
But I think you
down
can
to the
hide where
round
the
secure.
vice is a lot of time with it.
God, that is filthy.
on defense, I have
as well.
zero issues
I don't
at
even know
all,
how
but
he saw the second
with
player
attack,
that
I just
With attack, you
I'm
just
sure
set
we'll
it
get
B
that
the
one
whole
back. I
time.
need it in a replay.
Yeah, that
yeah, that's
is
grand.
disgusting. I know that
You
it's
could
just
also
anti-echo
not play
play
chamber and have
close,
something else, but okay, listen. For its
and I think we
intended
should be paying a lot of
purpose,
attention
sure,
to
it
Yoru,
can't be bad,
because it's
but
not something he's played a lot
it's not
of,
my thing.
and it
Yeah,
seems
that's
like they're pretty heavily indexing into it.
Or how about
And he's
this
going
one?
up against
You
Jorgamo, who
smoke
looks
off, you know, near
like a
door,
second skin.
you do the normal
Yoru
smoke
is
door, and then
so
you
comfortable
trip in front,
in
so you can
everything
see
he
if you
does
can
on that.
walk out or not.
Natural talent. But Kung again,
Then you only have
it's
to
great
pre-aim the
seeing this
little
guy. Look at
angle.
the question mark towards him. We know what he can do.
I'll leave
in
it.
those
I'll leave it on my
traditional roles. Now,
minimap for you to check it out.
forced to adapt and overcome, and
Oh,
so far,
okay.
passing the test at least in the early stages.
I mean,
Here,
again, it
he
can't
can
be bad,
forced away.
but
Early
Yeah, I
pressure
agree.
through towards doors.
it can't be
So aware
bad,
of where he
but
wants to play it.
and I'll leave it at that.
Completely isolated Jonah P.
It's gonna be so
And Bren
sick
was
when
kind
you
of
guys run
discussing that on the
chamber
desk as well. There's going
later
to be a
this
lot
year.
of pressure
I'm
on Leaf
excited
here. How
for
much
it.
room can he bring to the plate? But
You'll,
this is a pretty deadly round, even in the hands of
yeah,
EDG with those
yeah,
two
I'll eat my
rifles there.
words.
Simon, Kung can be the ones to watch. Close choke point being controlled. Jonah P,
Big
good for
trade
it.
on this
Leaf
one.
as well secures
One
that
person
push
he
through,
can
but the
one-shot on
split's
this.
still on the way.
It is, but they managed to reinforce for the moment. And Leaf, he misses one shot, looks to finish
Yeah.
up with the classic.
Doesn't
Yeah,
even
this
want to
is
get
lovely.
the.
And again, Kung still
back
alive.
up
There's
3
always a
bullets
threat,
there.
but I want to see G2 look robust in this, look very refined in their approach, but Kung's having none of what they're trying to sell. Already going to take away
It's
Leaf, and there is a
kinda
Vandal
doable.
with Smoggy. They're not out of the woods just yet. Jorgamo
Oh,
does
imagine
succeed in
Smoggy
his
won
fight,
that.
leaving it down to 1 man. This would be outrageous. Oh, that's a
Okay.
start, but 30 HP is so
Little
little
fake
to play
TP
with.
on this.
Valen and Trent surely have got enough for this one. Half achieved, and Valen there.
Valen held strong
it
though.
hard work,
They actually
though,
handled this
G2 with
situation
them
very well.
first.
I think EDG did very
Would
good
have been
damage,
simply
but they also
revolting
handled
if
this
EDG
situation well.
managed
Got off
to
the
win this
spike,
round in
one watch
another
this side, one watch
1v3.
the other side.
But it feels like that kind of game where we're going to have to be paying attention in case the players pull that kind of stuff out. The quality is there from any of them. The help came incredibly late for Jonah P, but it did eventually arrive. But my eyes are looking to the other side of things. Both Yorus now have their ults online, and EDG can
Yeah,
craft
this is
some
going to
kind
get a
of
little bit
fast,
weird, so they can
aggressive
retake
play.
one.
Take a
Let's see
look
how
towards
G2 want to play this.
nobody's
Because
utility as well to
EDG
see
probably
whether
just going to do some
Kung
set strat where they
somehow
follow
plays
up
off the
and
back of that.
G2
They
dump.
dodged the recon dart at the start again, like they did on the pistol.
G2 heavy lean over towards here with a Vice, probably playing to fullback.
Too much.
Jeffitch, thank
so
you so
far,
much,
Kung
Jeff. I
Kung.
appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Wait,
Taking a
what?
ticket out, but opting to
Weird.
then pivot straight through
They main
middle, so
control,
this will be again
Then insta pivot to create
potentially
pressure
under
over towards here.
but
And
there is a
At the moment.
On this side of the map, and actually Kangkong wants it. He fancies the goal.
There's no way you got the CP there.
Now advantage looking good towards the side.
You can't be using that against the chamber. I can't be singing the praise of the chamber and then he does that. It's crazy.
He's done this a couple of times in America. It's so difficult to play against.
This is outrageous from Jorgamo trying to
Dude,
get
everyone's
right
doing some
behind
nuts
them.
plays.
Gets away with one, but he's made this at
It's a
least
very, very hard retake.
The numbers still so good for EDG. Plant on their side. Valen not clean enough.
Especially if the shots aren't hitting like that.
Stamping authority on this. Jonah P can make a go of it, but a 1v3 again. A lot to ask for, and Chicho
very
doesn't
nice
want a bit of it.
EDG.
Couple of spots there where the
I
G2
thought,
players are losing
honestly,
duels.
I thought
you pointed out,
Leaf
especially
was
on
going to
Valen, he
stand
needed to be
strong
much
and
cleaner
out there,
to pick up
but
that
he didn't
kill.
know. I mean, he thought people were going to be going behind. He thought it was like going to be falling up with numbers.
Ridiculous to pick up Leaf. I don't.
Kind of sick though. Flash close to him, and then TP's away.
Misread the situation. But yeah, that reposition that Jorgamo goes for as well with his ultimate, the whole point of that is that you're supposed to be able to stay alive and be a constant threat that causes those post-plant players to have to look in both directions, and the retake comes as a crunch. When Jorg goes 1 for 1 there, it's actually not good enough. He needs to be playing his life a little more in that kind of spot.
Yeah.
But I think what we're seeing right now is that the EDG players are just looking a little sharp at the start, and that is a dangerous thing.
I mean, yeah, that 1v3 owned them in the pistol.
Fear, isn't it? And it's filled G2 with enough that they want a very early timeout. 3-1, they've seen enough, don't like what they're seeing, and I think a very fair assessment. EDG have come in with an incredible game plan thus far, at the very least. Now,
Brandon's been on the desk.
Is quite interesting is that I think EDG are always going to be thought of as one of the best teams, but I feel like whenever they play against any team, they're always thought of as the underdog, which maybe that's just my perception, but
it does feel like that.
I think it's one of those things
like they're clearly and objectively one of the best teams in the world, but then they play against
everyone.
Yeah.
The problem is, like, internally, like, in their region, they always have, like, a rough start. Everyone thinks, like, they're, like, not on form.
From Leaf, I suppose, but
and then it just gets to a big game and they just turn it on.
Managed to provide them with a pick at the
a
very
little
beginning of the round.
bait and
Now he's
switch,
going for the push-up with Jorg, looking to see if he can make the difference, but only 4 bullets in the Headhunter.
That's a lot to put on the man's shoulders. Right place for it, and I do want to see this.
Okay, well, we've seen it. What was the team that did this setup?
Do want to see them kept as clean as possible. Going to get past the first hurdle. Plays in Jorg mode here. Nice flash. Doesn't get what he wanted. A quick kind of evacuation, at least, for Kang going to keep his life. Yeah, a little chipped up, but still, they've read this early play. They've already forced them back towards side.
Yeah.
It was a nice idea from G2.
Was it EDG? Wait, was it actually EDG that did this play? Yeah, you're right, it was.
There is a player still on the back.
That's so funny.
Still really trying to find those small opportunities to play with, but
I think
it's
against Liquid.
over. It is EDG, crystal
it's hard to play
clear
elbow against this.
looking very well rounded. No threats to really be found. Flanks here, but it's already considered. Lovely stuff. EDG looking locked in here on the flawless round.
We got an armor rebuy, and honestly, these two, unless they're scared of an outlaw, aren't gonna rebuy
how
armor
these
here.
snowballs happen. Round 4 off the back of a great bonus, even though they didn't get the win, they were able to get up the Yoru ult, and that caught them the next round, a huge eco swing round. And this time, it's a pretty similar situation. Whereas in the previous hugely important round, we saw both Yorus with ultimates, and it was Jorg versus Kang. Now it's both of the Vice players with their ults online, and we're going to get to see that dynamic play out. The important thing about having Vice on the attack side, though, is that you need some level of map control to be able to use it effectively. You can see a lot of pings through the middle of the map here. EDG clearly planning on
backup gun for Leaf.
The Prowlers to take
Stinger
space,
for his
push
ult.
Leaf back. It's that same
We got
bait and
Trip
switch setup,
over
and it's seen both of them.
towards door.
If anything, it
Yeah, they spot a lot there. You would imagine they want them to take the TP here. Yeah, as soon as they spot those two, they take door early. We've got a smoke here as well, creates pressure. And then the question mark is instantly erased by the recon.
They're creeping up towards where Trent is holding.
This was a nice pop of the Thorns here, though. Like, they re-cleared here, and so they know they're going over towards Art, so they pop this. Vice ult for Vice ult. We're actually going to keep going. Very nice, this is a great flash.
Is being facilitated, but Jonah P still wants more. Still on the site. Still
shock damage came in and chipped up Simon a little bit. We definitely got to keep an eye on Leaf at the moment. Still has his ult.
Needs to be a disruption in the flank. And it's shut down.
Yeah, just super on top of the fact that he's going to lay luck here.
Takes away Leaf. That removes one of the really viable approaches of holding this. Jonah P
getting this half.
Trying to stick
I mean,
through.
he dies from that though.
Will take the damage.
Dude, again this pause. Again. How nicely done from EDG. That was solid from them as well. Love the fact they're on top of the luck from Leaf as well.
They were going forwards even though Kangkang didn't have a primary weapon to use. They just knew that if they get into a post-plant situation, they're going to be good for it.
Yeah, they're strong in post-plant.
Control. Leaf, I feel sorry for him to some degree because he only had a stinger in that spot as well. It's not like you're going to be going on that big flank with the tour de force. But that is a wonderful round from Chichu. And EDG just keep the snowball going. They've got the read right now.
That momentum is looking lethal. I think a lot of us kind of, I don't want to say put it in the hands of G2, a lot of us very impressed with how they looked. I think a fair assessment. EDG, of course,
I mean, basically
changes, obviously adapting to the
new
meta,
we go low
showing
by.
they have some
But triple
validity.
sheriff.
Okay,
Whoa.
Gonna get G2.
That's a great way to start it off as well. Losing mid and kind of just all the pressure around the map. They fast send it over towards B side. They're going to get a good plant here.
If anything, encourage G2 for a swing here.
Jorgamo. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, looks like it does. Having a little bit of a glance, nobody looking lost.
Dude, they can definitely.
But Kangkang back sight. Flash ready.
The lineup is nearly crazy. See, the problem with this Astra ult, right? It gives you so much space here. I've always spoken about this every time I see it. It gives you so much space on the defense that it kind of just works against you.
Just too alive. Nobody still towards Jorgamo. Denied on the
Damn, didn't get half on this as well.
Get towards half yet. Leaf going to be put under pressure. They've got to still do something
salvos
about
for this one.
Just
came up now. Yeah, Leaf just stuck it. Yeah, they messed up a little bit.
To you and your chat, Slick.
Similar to Jonah P in the previous round. That
what
is
do
actually
you
a really tough
and your
spot to
chat
play for EDG.
deem to be
So
an
G2
acceptable
recognize that this play is
Scrim
already
win rate
5v4,
over the course of a
getting the
month or
Massacre
two?
Thrifty. At the end of this,
Scrim
obviously,
win
they've got
rate?
lighter weaponry. But
Yeah,
you've got two
just a few
Cosmic
percentage,
Divides.
like what?
So what that means is
Acceptable?
EDG have to
Yeah.
play on-site post-plants.
Yeah, and I'm a
But
tier
that
1
means
team.
that you're within range of the Stingers, the Sheriffs, those kind of
like
things. So you want to take
70,
long-range battles, but you
75.
can't because of Valen's ultimate. And in the end there, they just got stuck between a rock and a hard place.
We got olds coming in.
I found out yesterday that all the Spanish fans on Twitter think that it's only acceptable to have a 100% Scrim win rate. Yeah, we lost one Scrim yesterday, and all the Spanish fans are saying that we're mentally done and we're gone. So I'm just making sure.
And then there's a little pause.
I love this little combo, by the way. Teo ult and then you into TP into the safe spot with the Teo ult. So nice. You know that they have to be back here, you take all the space, and you can mess up a lot of their timings. It's a great kill from Trent.
Now the rest of G2 need to stay up to
Feels
this
like a lot of it's going to come down to Chichu, still doable.
No trade. Kangkang and Chichu asked a lot of. Chichu has been golden so far, and a big opportunity. Oh, he's still fighting!
Imagine
a huge
it.
1v2. He knows about Leaf. Does he know about Trent still? 7 bullets,
Damn, dude, imagine it.
HP, and a bit of a dream. But Trent can make this one all but over. All but tears in the rain. Trent trying to call him forward. Chichu.
That's a mental round, dude. How are they winning this? It's a 1v4 at its peak, and I just can't believe it.
We've already seen a 1v3 from Smoggy earlier on. By the way,
look at the rounds they're pulling off.
Has. And Chichu pulls this one out of nowhere. His ability to isolate these fights is just sublime.
Yeah, he did incredible.
He's making them look silly. We talk about fundamentals with G2. They're a team that's good on all of those basics. Just divides and conquers. I don't know how the hell he's doing it.
That's wild
EDG
rounds.
found so much success
Dude,
over
double
their time
timeout.
rising meteorically to the top. They take structured teams and they tear them to pieces. The second best team in China, Trace, is structured.
Hannes, thank you so much for the tier 1.
Similar
Thank
to
you,
G2 in terms of the style. And yet when you watch them play against each other, Trace do great against everyone else in China. Then they play against EDG and they can't hold it.
He's already having an incredible Masters.
These nice defensive setups and the crossfires, the thinking, the analyst in the armchair. It doesn't matter. EDG have just got the X factor in some of these spots. And if you want X Factor, look no further than Chichu, who's taken all of the momentum from his game against Team Liquid. He's Space Jam talent, took it straight into himself as well, and he's become twice the player he was. He's 12-3.
I kind of expected from Kung. I'm so used to seeing him, you know, leading the way, being that explosive player.
Thank God I put Chichu in my top list.
So sick.
And that's similar to how he was playing at Champs.
Because he's looking like the best.
Dropped like a kill record in the BO5 to win Champions. I think Chichu probably would have been the tournament MVP.
Bang on.
Would have had a bracelet on his arm. Got to be a bit annoyed at Kung for taking that away from him, honestly.
How dare you?
I mean, that's true. Yeah, he would have won it.
My jewelry you've got around your wrist, actually.
Human. This.
It wasn't for the final performance.
We've seen rounds, but I've got to give credit here.
Okay, we've got Hero Gun for Valen,
there was
who is playing Rotate.
Conversion in the diffuse that did come in, but a very tricky predicament. But
oh, that's some unlucky timing. It's a great shot from Leaf.
They won the Thrifty earlier by getting a very similar kind of pick. They got the kill on Chichu.
Okay. Paying attention. Show me a little something, G2. Give us a couple of signs of life here. This is your
Chichu still has his ult. Not going to be used on this round, obviously, against the Eco. And then we got Trent as well. And Trent can definitely get in a position to use a safe ult.
Allows 4 players to stack in the right spot. Nobody has led them into a death trap here.
He has. Go down with the ship, though. G2 waiting. Reveal. Trent gonna find Chichu. This is looking like a slaughter, and it is. Trent and Valen line up so
guns
easily.
for everyone. How many do we get? Might even be able to throw Jonah P one.
And that's the second
yeah, they did.
For G2.
Awesome from them.
And this
Every single person came into that with 1, got 5.
Less chaotic. It was essentially just G2 having a right read, or at least a decent gamble, and EDG unfortunately falling prey to it. That's a crazy shot from Leaf to open.
Yeah, it was a great shot.
Well, maybe we'll see that same Vice Wall being played more from Jonah P, though, because that was the information that allowed him to get that stack off.
Actually crazy. Have a match.
It does look like he's
done
going
right,
to go for it again.
Thank you for that. Appreciate the 54 months.
Ordeal, but I'm looking at them shouldering this for a little bit. No, Trent's had to have been sent away now. Jonah P.
The thing with this Vice Wall as well
is
that
G2 have a lot of money now.
We got. You look at Kung's position. This is how you take A main.
EDG can tank 1 more loss, right? 2 full loss bonus if they lose this. Like everyone apart from Simon would be able to buy. Got 2 really good ults, so this is an important round for them. So you're going to see probably both of these ults go in.
Which has been a heavily contested part of the map here.
Looks like they go for a similar strat. Like at the moment, every single time EDG have got the Vice ult, they've gone for this strat. Then you get into this corner and then use the Vice ult. Vice ult into Fador. Oh, no Vice ult this time.
But the wall's going to drop pretty soon. But the spike is being held off.
Okay, there we go.
Overall here as well, just to aim to deny the plan. Allow them to get in position with a retake.
Double.
Decent damage done, and Jaw.
Decent damage.
Threatening the flank here. He didn't commit to it.
Yeah, and that was with the damage that Trent managed to do with his ult. A bit of pressure over towards A as well because the Yoru was there. They don't really know about
EDG can't play that comfortable post plant towards R. You're gonna have Trent controlling.
Yeah, Simon's gonna go clear it now. The Simon can kind of win this round at the moment.
We know that Chichu's been winning this fight out more often than not, but this time Leaf's on the case. Simon,
okay, that one's a bit too much. Into the triple swing.
This time G2 are able to play this back.
Silver with the Prime, thank you so much for the 2 months. Thank you.
Pull eyes and attention without committing to it, without having to put his body on the line.
Trent did
like
really good.
Out, Leaf just finds the perfect timing through art. That's something he's gone for in prior rounds.
That extra damage just helped so much for this kill.
So this time all of the pieces worked. I love this as well. Good awareness from Trent, because that smoke allows you for some tricky timings through from front to back side. Well played, well controlled.
EDG. I mean, I remember last year harping on about how the Anticos aren't great. Like they don't use human drones, and sometimes when they have a drone, they don't use the actual drone. They've already been eco twice, right?
Now with EDG with this comp, how much do they have?
I mean, they still managed to win a chance.
Are they happy enough to try and kind of find adaptations here? Because we were kind of at least alluding to the fact that G2 do have reps in this regard. They have a lot more comfort over time with these sort of compositions. So for EDG, I want to see what they come back in with.
Dude, 3 timeouts at 1 half.
We really don't know what the depth of EDG's setups look like with these. We don't know how long they've been practicing with them either. We know that they adapted after the grand finals and put some time in. They had 2 weeks extra compared to the others, but probably took some time off for Chinese New Year. We really don't know if they're pulling strats out of a super deep book, or whether they specifically just pulled out 2, 3, 4.
That's very true. What he's saying at the moment, it's
that's
like
that's going to get tested as they go forward into playoffs.
We don't really know. We don't really know how much time they've got, and the fact they have so many different comps at the moment does make me think that they spent a lot of time doing it.
Impetus over the tempo of the game. Because really, G2's comp kind of allows you to come towards them. They set Jorg and Leaf up on weird angles, off angles, these kind of positions, and they kind of give you the offering of, come at us, let's see if you can dismantle what we're going for. Another thing to point out though as well, Matty, is that the ult cycle has stopped now for EDG. So whereas they had that momentum with big ults almost every round, they're not going to for these last 2 rounds of the half.
It looks so heavily focused again towards this middle approach. I think this is a pressure point they want to continue, at least implying that they want to follow in with. Once again, it's Leaf and Trent who'll be dealing with
this time we want to hold on to
Arc. Actually, Balan wanted to join in on this and does very well. The
I'm not sure you can fight when the smoke goes up.
They lose a lot of the punch now.
They might be tempted to go back.
It's a good run for G2 as well, because they've been trying to like punish and shut down Art. This is the first time they've actually managed to get like the advantage. It's Bright with the Prime. Thank you so much for the 15 months. Thank you for that. I appreciate you.
Again, they've got the foot in the door now. They've got Art at the cost of vast majority of their use.
Keep an eye on Leaf at the moment. So much pressure and so much sound over towards here. He takes a risk that honestly isn't needed, but it's really going to pay off on this one. Look at how fast he is here. They haven't even hit over towards site. Simon was looking for it, which is also kind of insane.
In a bad position for him. It's rough. You got Leaf
but
behind. You got
the fact he hits the
4
shot
players in front, but nobody is behind them.
How many do you get here?
No. Oh God! What an absolute nightmare!
It's all good. It's all good. You're 6-5 up. It's all good. No one saw it.
G2 are right back in this game.
It's all good.
Let's not talk about that one.
Give us the replay. Give us the replay. You know you want to.
I mean, that is so tragic because it's not just a whiff. It's a whiff that could have potentially turned that round.
It is a whiff that
I thought he was even going to play with a little more patience.
You could have got like
killed dead to rights, basically.
Yeah, he was scared once he moved like left to right.
Another and then swing back onto Trent.
Dude, Trent started spamming the body after as well.
That just makes G2 even more confident than they were.
Okay. It's step by step, it's round by round, but G2 have suddenly turned what felt like an EDG masterclass.
Yeah, here the drone just shot it through the smoke as well. Obviously you can't see it from this range.
Towards long. This time going to force away Jorg.
Yeah, they're actually a little lucky that they forced him away there, because I believe nobody didn't have the money to buy drone, or didn't. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it got broken at the start of the round or something.
Very nice.
Yeah, but you don't expect that.
Yeah, dude, Leaf is playing with so much confidence right now.
He's taking the space. They're reading the game well. Giacomo gets picked out of the crowd.
And I like this as well. This is something new from G2. Normally they're doing like the double duelists together, like the 2 duelists will, sorry, the Chamber and the Yoru will go over towards here, similar to like what Liquid were doing, right, where you would just fight over towards here with 2, and normally they would fight over towards here with 2. This time they split it up, so they see the Yoru and they probably don't think that we're going to go aggro here, so they're playing off the fact that they've never really done these setups before. And EDG, once they see the Yoru, might think that the Chamber's there as well. And like I said, look at the confidence on this guy.
And step by step, the site's getting more and more EDG controlled.
Here comes Jonah.
Waiting for that eventual crunch, but they're looking towards it. Jonah P bides his time. We saw what happened with the patience before.
The grey recon. Feels like Trent just needs to hold his ground and they're fine.
Go down.
Does Simon expect this? Every time I watch Simon, he's looking on behind.
The eventual close comes in. Jonah P, hold on, it's all on Jonah P. How has this turned around? Kang and
Smoggy low. Kang moves over towards heaven. It's a really good reposition from Kang here. Really good. Whoa. Oh, he missed the shot. There's no way he missed the shot as well. Dude, double whiff costs them 2 rounds in a row. No way.
If you saw that from Kang's POV, we'd be looking at another whiff similar to Nobody's in the prior round.
Yeah, it was a big whiff.
He was on his screen for 2 seconds, something like that.
It was like 6 bullets, maybe.
Maybe we'll see it in the replay. I imagine
it was at least 4 bullets.
From the Clutcher's POV, but that is a rough way to go out. Still, a 6-6 half is nothing to sniff at.
Looking at that, bloody hell.
Ooh,
oh, that could just bring that little bit of life to him. But still, before we go anywhere, we do need to check in for the Omen player moment.
At least they can laugh about it. 2 of them did it.
It's 6-6.
I mean, they had some great clutches, and they had some great rounds that they lost individually as well.
It was
a
your boy,
solid mix of everything.
Yeah, we just came off this win against Trace Esports. It was a little shaky up first, because I mean, it's been like a year for me to be on the international stage.
Oh, Smiles, yeah, I mean, it happens sometimes.
Here just a few months ago.
It happens to the best.
Champs. against Trace today, my personal power level for the day was like 70%. Like it was there. I was utility, supporting, entering fine. I had a couple good rounds for myself, but the rest of my team, I think they're about 80, probably 90. I think everybody was at the higher level than me against Trace, which, I mean, that's why I balance out the team, I think.
It's alive. Wait, they managed to hold it in the door. Jorgamo, though, from the back line, going to take away 2. This is his site already. Maybe a third. Yeah, it's a third. He's going to make up for the last round by basically getting you another. Jorgamo is ripping them to shreds.
I always start slow, but I make sure the team's always good. You know, I make sure I support, do my personal job in the team, and then eventually when I know all the plays, all the ideas, everybody's mental around me, that's when I like surpass them all and I can show them why I was a champ at one point as well. I told my teammates, my IGL, I'm gonna be MVP one day. I'm climbing to the top again, that's my goal.
Yeah, let's go.
G2 starting to wake up after what was a very dominant beginning for EDG, but on this side swap here, where is your mind going now we're going to be seeing them on the other side of things?
Well, G2 really settled into that once EDG ran out of ideas, specific anti, and that ult cycle. But now we're starting into the new half, and there's a potential for them to run something interesting on a pistol round.
G2, I mean, 6 on defense is really good.
It's pretty tough actually to get.
But I will say,
on the defense
6 on defense, like on par, is like great. But with this comp, you're kind of expected to get around 6.
But if EDG
like, it's a really good defense comp from
them off to such a great start.
G2.
By round 8, they already had all 6 of their victories.
Jumping, yeah.
They're going to flash here for Kang Kang to play off. The Vice flash.
Okay. Now drone in. Spots the flash. And it's
and they're like, hold up, we've seen this setup before.
We were all excited about a flash, but apparently it's a massive over towards A. I have no idea
what's rough for the observers, man. A duel at the same time as a B duel.
3v3. Spike still with Leaf, so they can at least move away from this, but Kang Kang's timing
Kang Kang.
be incredible.
Kang Kang might have owned it.
Especially because they're going to get stalled out by this Vice wall. If it gets baited, or do they double swing over it? That's the only way of... Yeah, and now...
Another wall kind of works against Kang Kang, but he can jump over this from the box if he wants to.
Has been the headliner thus far, and it feels like he is going to get his moment. Kang Kang is there. The wall just about
took down the high HP as well.
A little bit forward on the flash, but does he his teammates? But still going to know that they're going to be towards
he
the
can
back
just
of the
tuck
side.
in.
He's trying to buy his time. Playing Kang Kang is laboured. Is Chichu to try and deal the blow, but look at the HP.
I was going to say, what the hell's going on here? 13, 22, and 4. Double pistol for EDG.
So another pistol round. Not necessarily off an incredible anti, but I mean, let's take a look at what happened over here in A main. Leaf had to try to clean it up. It's a bit weird from G2 actually. They were fighting over both extremities of the map at once. I wonder whether EDG had a bit of a read on that, because I mean, so were they. Either way, EDG come out with a good start to the half, and that's the same kind of thing that got the snowball rolling. You know, they're going to be able to build up economy. They're going to start to build up towards ults. I mean, specifically, Smokey is the closest.
Played well, though.
His is
G2 is just playing to stay alive there.
I'm not really going to harp on about the fact that EDG need like momentum.
Anything
like that,
crazy, maybe a little bit. Here is a Marshall. Nice shots, dudes.
He's just chilling out there taking fights. Okay.
Yeah, so they just go for the Marshall. Everyone takes turns with it, but man, the 2 games we've seen is just so sick, man. Like the level of the players is so high.
Nice try.
Yeah, it's classic.
EDG.
Hey, very nice. Double armory bite. That's about it.
So on the pistol, G2, they were using their drone to apply a bit of pressure over towards
Does Kang Kang just...
and then they walked into A.
Okay, sure.
We'll see if EDG have a similar read themselves on what they want to do here. The bonus round is an excellent opportunity to start.
Dude, his aim is looking so nice there.
We're already leading 8-6.
Yeah.
And this would be a huge scalp to take on map 1. Because Pearl, I think most people are thinking G2 are best in the world on that map.
I think they're the best in the world at the map, so that's why this is impressive. But it is double pistol.
This is where they found
That's
the
helped a
value
lot.
before on the pistol. But this time, it's only Valen home. The rest of G2 just follow the drone over towards
Okay, we
B.
go for a 4-1, full retake over towards B.
steps, but it's
It's a lovely off angle from him.
That does cause problems.
Puts the trip down as well. You got wall behind as well, so we get info. Okay, he actually picks up his trip because they got the wall here and they wanted to end over towards B. This is the lineup that goes over towards here, so you can't fast flood out. And the call is to look for this. Wow, that's an impressive call, by the way. They were all grouping up ready to go B, and then they knew they were going to react and they wanted to get another pick. And they did it together, though. It was nice.
G2 was so slow. I mean, this reminds you back of more what they were doing.
Okay, now we get to see the normal site here, as we can see. Gonna be fine. Smoke, Astra suck, recon, TP to the back, Thorns down here.
You can errors up against someone like EDG, you give them a chance, they will make something of it. And Leaf's the one to be going hunting here. Hearing these steps, good chance to farm up, 3 away from ult currently. Ah, this is lovely timing for
Yeah, here's them both.
Crowd loves a bit of
Wait,
it.
crowd, chill.
Yeah, oh, okay, all good, Leaf. Oh, good,
very nice shots, really nice shots. Dude, I thought the crowd was going to ruin it for him.
I'm wondering whether that's the best.
The crowd almost gave it away.
Dude, I was asking him to chill out.
With how they play. Is your attack side chamber ult really the one that you want to be charging up in that spot? I don't know. But at least they completely denied Smokey getting his ult online. Plug it in. Hong Kong is pulling out the defense side operator here to start. And again, it's the same defensive setup.
It's 4-1. And now we've got a brawl.
Okay, Kang gets his own op out. We go aggro over towards A. 1, 2, 3, 4 people here. Okay, just gotta get out there. The flash was good. Simon committed.
And he's still fighting the good fight. I don't know how he even got one on that. Does get traded out.
There's a nice shot from him, first one.
While
this big Jules going over towards A, we got Chamber. Yeah, nice observe him. Chamber triggering the wall over towards
G2 doesn't have to really be that alarmed. The drone found Leaf. Wasn't in front of the wall. But it has drawn a lot of eyes.
Okay, so question mark created, and this is the first time that I've seen G2 do this, I think, where they save the attack wall and they put it over towards here. And you got a comp that can't really get info unless it's like device flash, other than bodies, especially once the fade is gone. So they have to clear this question mark with bodies. And G2 did great here. Yeah, and this is the site hit that we saw earlier.
How does G2 approach this?
Got no extra forms. Okay, there's
I think he knows that those vines were coming in. Try to play a little in
5
front,
HP, it's a good plant for long B.
Yes, down low, but much closer
Trent, if he gets a kill, gets his ult.
It's
gonna be hard to retake this with Kang's op, to be honest.
Playing it back in with Kang with that operator, not easy either.
Nope.
They're not going to find very many opportunities. But this is a spot where G2 have got to be disciplined.
Okay, they got salvos, so they can clear a lot of elbow here. And then maybe they could Astra suck the middle or something?
This is go time, surely.
Great smoke.
I think they missed a trick there.
Jonah P able to kind of play around this, and he does have Valen by his side, but already...
It depends if they had it. Maybe they didn't have any... Oh no, they had an Astra start, but I guess we're saving for the smoke. Great flash. Great flash. Got the kill. Oh, we're going for it.
Going for the ult here. 5 HP, but time is the imperative.
Holy, wanted with that 5 HP. Trent 1v3. All he had to do was pop the ult once.
Technically, the Red Bull clutch there for Trent.
Shot it over towards the spike and realized they weren't defusing.
But that's the power of EDG.
Very nice.
The fact that they went and committed to it takes the operator out.
It's a shame. I like the retake there. I would love them to spam back a Valvo if they do the double salvos though.
All 3 of those players that went for the retake had instead decided to save, yeah, they wouldn't have had the chance of victory. But they would also now have
a great shot from Trent as well.
17.
This is where the pendulum swings. 8 to 8.
This now forced them down to eco, and honestly, to get to A8 when you've lost a double pistol is a pretty telling sign. Like G2 have been good, and then you got to add as well like a 1v3, 1v4. I guess the 1v3 is the pistol. We'll ignore that. 1v4. This is nice from them. Go aggro with the with the hero gun, pick up another one as well.
Oh my god, Chichu trying to pull out the heroics there. It's a whole lot of information, but it is
wonder if they should have just
rotations on the way. EDG want to brawl on this one. Is still
did Leaf have his ult here? And that's why there's no gun?
Trent's clearing out. Kang's gone down, and
did they do the thing where you ult against eco so they can't pick it up? That's kind of nice.
And time on their side.
Yeah, okay. I love doing that, dude. That's the big play. Because then you can kind of take a couple of risks as well. And you can be the human drone.
Put a bow on this round.
Okay, that's nice from G2. Because normally 4-1's like a little bit risky with this, but when you got your ult, it doesn't matter. They can't snowball into anything.
Now EDG though, rifles are going to come back up. They're not going to go for the investment of the operator. They don't have the cash to be able to do so.
He peeked mid with it? Yeah, dude, I was watching the map. I wasn't watching it.
Meticulous with the way that they're moving forwards around the map. Even in scenarios where we've seen them have full access to the B site, they've still been super cautious, waiting for EDG to be the one to take the initiative.
Maybe last time out for EDG could get used to.
It's frustrating to play against.
Yeah, I think that's a good time. They need a little bit of help.
Difficult to figure out the good defensive rotation
Calvin _ Geo, thank you so much for the Prime. Thank you.
As cautious and contact
Got the VOD watcher using the Prime. Thank you so much for that, Calvin. Appreciate you, dude.
The way that you're seeing them start a lot of these defense situations is 4 players over towards A main. We've seen that twice now, right?
Yeah, again, for anyone that misses any games, we upload the VOD every single time on a separate YouTube channel if you want to check it out.
It implies to me that they want to get these rounds over and done with in the first 20 seconds to stop Valin having the impact of his mid-round calling on the attack side.
All good and well, but as you said, the brilliant ability of kind of keeping control of that tempo and timing that G2 is willing to play with. It's still allowing them so much control.
Shameless plug,
not feeling any rush on these brawls. Able to somehow avoid it thus far, barring a couple of skirmishes. But a timeout called out for EDG. A couple of ults to come in and a really impactful round about to approach. This could be double digits for G2.
Foffs with the Prime. Thank you for the 18 months. Thank you.
I want to see EDG.
Honestly, I've been watching a lot of Rob Moore from
It's
Sentinels. He's the best with the ads. I gotta aspire to be like him. He never misses an opportunity.
But I'd like to see EDG.
That's what I want to be.
Some kind of setup like that instead of trying to win the first 20 seconds. See if you can win it in the post plan.
Dude, it could be sick though. What do you mean?
It's 3 towards B.
He's incredible at it.
Let's see if they go down that protocol list, right? Slow and steady, showing some presence towards A. Getting those old orbs.
Felder TV, thank you so much for the 9 months as well. Thank you.
A's looking pretty weak for EDG currently. Reinforcing it.
Oh wait, Felder, you're a random fork, right?
Kong goes for his second gate crash.
Dude, I didn't check on it. You don't have to do the gifted. You don't have to do the gifted. Don't worry about it.
Patience being tested here. EDG.
I respect your Talon belief.
Tempo of these rounds, but right now it is G2's, and they're very aware of what Kong wanted to
do. You promised you're going to deliver. I respect that, man. Thank you. Dude, I didn't actually check up. You would have. I was going to do it at one point to see.
Nice try. A little late. Okay, so trying to play back closer. I guess it's Leaf who's under pressure.
This is a little bit of mayhem. Big jewel for Leaf.
Yeah. A couple of players trying to hold them back, but it's time to break through.
Nicely done from nobody. Damn, nicely done. Dude, they held this strong.
No way! No! God damn way! He knows where Simon is. He absolutely knows. He can get the reload, but it's 30 HP with 20 seconds. Can't believe I'm witnessing this.
He's got a smoke to help him plant.
Simon now, surely you're nervous, you're getting a little worried for the time. Surely the time,
it's
going to be enough.
It was a great attempt in the 1v4.
It keeps EDG at level score.
Simon getting the first 2 entries, managed to get the last kill as well.
Simon is there, shutting down Valin at the end of the round.
Nobody did great to win this duel as well. I think he was so on top of the fact there was a shorty here, he like moved back.
All the way back into B Link. And it wasn't something that G2 were necessarily thinking about, that backstab play.
Adam, thank you so much for the 20 months. Thank you. Watching on YouTube but came here to Prime. Thank you so much for that, Adam, as well. I appreciate you doing that. The Saboteur as well. 5 gifted. Thank you. Chat, you know what to do.
That is going to be their economy here.
It's like Oiler spam going. If anyone got gifted, make sure you at the Saboteur say thank you. The underscore Saboteur. Appreciate you, dude.
We got a judge. We got SMG Guardian.
Thank you so much for that, mate. Okay, chat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Pretty much just one. We've got 4 people here for EDG, and at this scoreline, losing now is devastating. So you're going to want to see him use this ult into it. You got great ults for retake.
The angle here. Clear towards middle. Leaf.
Get the judge up close over towards door. They've been giving it for free majority of this. There was a really good tether over towards A main at the moment, and that stopped the site hit.
And they hold the site.
Yeah, this was nice. There was a tether that hit 3, I think, as they wanted to run in. Maybe only hit 2, but at least hit the 2 that were trying to enter.
Smoggy with a judge is sat on the other side of things.
Dude, Leaf is so dead when he goes into this.
No way that the G2 player is going to come out.
Yeah, Smoggy got away with the timing as well.
Surely, right? Yeah, okay, Smoggy. The doors are his. No one's getting
Noodle
past.
in a bowl, thank you very much, mate. And Cano FPS, thank you so much as well.
B-side still util
Thank
here,
you
so
too.
only 25 seconds. This is going to get
Recon's
really
good.
tricky. Time being bought.
Tells them that elbow's clear.
Gotta go for this one.
Whoa.
Trent just gets slung back around. I don't know how the hell that's happened, but Trent, Valen, and Jonah P gonna try and make something out of nothing. 13 seconds. They're running too low on time. They have so little to play with. They can put a body to this. They can make sacrifices happen. They have the numbers.
Okay,
and
very nice from
EDG take
They
back
stabilized
the
a
lead.
little bit for sure with the economy. Everyone's surviving, one armor rebuy, and they didn't have to use ults.
To be able to put themselves in a decent position. And their weaponry coming into this round looked so abominable, and that shot is incredibly crucial. You get killed with a Guardian, one tap at the beginning of the round.
Didn't I put G2 and Pal in S tier? Yeah, I still think they have the best Pal. Mate, double pistol and a 1v4, and it's 9-10. Like, G2 have the best Pal still. Don't get me wrong.
G2 still an opportunity to fight back, but their money's
I'm
not in a
for
great
sure
place
not wrong
either.
in
Look
that.
at a Trent here. Sheriff in hand so far, and that's about all she wrote.
G2 have been putting quite a lot of pressure over towards B. Even when they take A main control, they are ending B a ton. And honestly, it hasn't been working
Gabri
that
Breath,
well.
thank you so much. Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Oops. Okay, they got the drone out of them though, and they didn't take too much space on this.
Long to keep that control and keep the information very much in EDG's
Okay,
hands.
no one can shoot the recon as well. That's kind of nice. So
The
overall,
retake ultimates are fantastic here for EDG.
yeah, that is the thing. Okay, so they lose B control, and it looks like they want to go for a full-person push on middle.
With the dimensional drift,
Yeah,
so
Prowler
you don't
goes
have
in.
to
They're going to take a
hard
lot of
anchor
space
over
on
towards
this.
A. You can run some kind of
It's very hard
mid-punch.
to do against. Okay.
Gone down there. Yeah, quick hit and run for Kung Kung. Gonna find him.
Yeah,
And
nicely
can
done
just
from
fall off this
Kankan.
one. It
And
feels
they have
like
no
G2 are a
idea
little
where
bit
he is.
lost on the way
And then
in
Leaf
now.
might
Still gonna
try
lead
take a
towards
lot of
middle, trying to
space
find
here.
them a bit of room, trying to pull these players
Wall
over.
gets triggered by the
Yeah,
fake
pull a bit of a
Euroclone.
fake, try and have some of that misinformation free flowing, but I'm still worried about someone
This
like
is great
Simon's position
info for
coming in.
Simon as well. They're
Someone
going to
like
keep this stack
Smoggy's
over
position.
towards
These are all
B
still
just
very strong, big
because
information
Simon recon deep here and no one saw it.
It's all about
Dude, time's going to get a little bit low on this one.
And he's got a bit of a bite on that one. He's got the ult to play on too. It's 30 seconds. They have no idea. He's got flashed out though. He's completely out of it. Valorant
Flash
clears,
wrecked
but it's
him.
back to the wall. Valorant, they got to make a go of this and right
Goes the
about
Silver
now.
ult to try to get him
Stall
in
out
towards the
site. They wanna buy
site.
time.
Salvo's a
Leaf's
little bit
got
early
Val
before
towards
the
middle
actual
with Kung
plant.
Kung, but they need that plant
Big
down. Leaf
duel
wins
from
this
Leaf
fight.
to win this.
G2 onto the site and the plant's there. Are they going straight for this?
Ooh.
They are. Jorgamo, he won't be denied this time, but he's stuck on the site. Valen bails him out.
Dude,
The
it was
1-2
solid
punch. G2
cover
this
from
time pivot
Valen
late
as well.
round, leaving Smoggy in a near-on unwinnable scenario.
It's a shame. This flash from Jorgamo was incredible because I think Simon probably was in position to win the round here.
We saw the 1v3 earlier, but a 1v4 is too much.
Oh my goodness, if he actually got that kill, he had Astral as well.
The score even. I would agree with your comment earlier that it does look
I
like
didn't look
G2
at the
are
money,
a
to
little
be
bit
honest with you,
lost in the
chat.
macro.
Well, they survived with 5. They can buy again.
Trying to push his luck over towards Art, but it's this kill onto Simon and the flash in particular that lands perfectly and causes him to cower behind the box. That's what makes the difference here and allows them into the site.
It's a shame EDG don't have a timeout anymore because I feel like they can play around the Astral better.
G2 are trying to find the gaps.
And now it's going to be a lot harder because of this. But
at some point,
they maybe missed their window where they could like full player heavy retake.
Maybe a bit more unexpected. Now they're backed off.
Yeah, they wanted to go for the aggro mid push here, but as soon as they lost A main control, they go back.
Three-play side of the split there decides to take the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that can't buy. 1, 2. So at 10-10
Simon
we
now
get a
trying
swing
to
round.
push
So
up
whoever
on
wins
this.
this pretty much goes to
On two
12.
fronts. The split and the timing is absolutely divine for G2. But
Yeah,
Kung Kung is still
they
around
never
on
get a
this
chance
side.
to play with
If
the
this man
Astral.
is
I
here,
feel like this is like the
it's
4th,
always a
5th round where
potential. There's
Smoggy's
a
had
flank
it
on the
and just
way
had
as well.
no
Nobody
chance to use it.
clearing through. That's a lot of space that he can confirm.
They
has
play like they don't
nobody
have the
present.
Astral.
Yeah, Jonah P's dead, so that wall is not active.
Nice shot.
He is quick, isn't he? Kung Kung is under threat, though. They can't dig him out of this pit.
Ooh.
They really can't. They're
Oh, we're
buying
going
time
for
with
it.
the odds. There's a lot of problems here for G2. 47
Yeah,
seconds.
and this is a
the
big
flag's
distraction,
coming
and nobody can come in
Nobody
as
makes
well.
his presence known.
And now
The
they're just
spike
out in
gets
the
dropped
open. As
again.
long as nobody doesn't overstep, they're kind of fine.
He should have landed the death blow here.
Oh
Trent
my god, the
forced that into
salvos
the
are
open.
lovely
And
here. Valen gets the spike, gets out of there. Another go to
Might be able to
1v3.
find the route over to B, actually. The round may not yet be dead for G2. But it's going to
This
have
was
to
really
require
nice from
something
them.
monstrous.
And have you got that in you right now? Let's draw.
The util? Oh yeah, dude, the util was sick, yeah.
Had to be shut down by Simon. Simon's not alive.
So, just to kind of...
The logic's all there.
It all makes sense
fake
now.
it.
I don't know why I doubted.
Hello.
Dude didn't get it. So they actually know he hasn't gone long.
Got a bit
Oh
nervous.
no.
Obviously we know where
they
they
know
are.
100% he's on site or close.
They are taking their time. Kong does have that operator, but nobody in Chi-Chu going to come back in with those Vandals. And with that Walnut trip, the site feels small. Valen doesn't have many options. Does get to evade on the first. Not sure if he got spotted here, but Kong going to lead the way. Eye to the scope.
Very nice rough on this one.
EDG
okay, 2
up 11.
people can't buy. Leave 2 away from his ult.
You can put the
You're gonna have to low buy it.
Number of different positions, and you just know exactly where a player is
I mean, this was just great team play here as well, and they distracted so much on the site, and the Teo ult was awesome to like keep them distracted and not think about A main as well. Like they all made so much sound, they just didn't expect nobody on the flank. They're really bad low buy. You would imagine. This is a 2.
By all rights, you're looking at them kind of considering Stingers, Guardians, what they want to bring into this. Couple of ults to play with. They have options, but it's far from perfect.
It's going to be so tough for them to
EDG eco though, that is true. EDG against the eco, and they actually force up a little bit more than I thought.
G2 going to go 4-5 through the B link.
Oh, it's looking great. Wait, they kind of locked them off with their own wall here.
Look at how this is almost flipped around.
Wait, this is nuts.
Nobody on the flank. It's Smoggy this time to take down
Okay, that's a great kill from nobody though. And they have no space. They have to take somewhere, so the call goes to take spawn. And as we can see, it's free. But oh, it is a good plant for Heaven.
So they own a little bit of the map, but it's not really planning for there. And like you said, Stingers.
Oh, this is so uncomfortable here.
Yeah, the Astra ult's incredible though.
They are everywhere, but Valen does well. Takes away 1. Trent chimes in, but EDG.
Oh my god, Valen.
Wait, Valen, I thought you got a little techie on that.
Oh my god, Valen.
How are G2 winning down? Nobody.
Valen is nuts.
G2, you had no
Trent did
right
unbelievable as well. How did they lose this? How did EDG always lose to the low buy? But I have no idea how Valen's alive. What HP did he survive on? It was like 12 or something, right? He gets this kill.
He dives inside the smoke, hops
I would
up
love
over
to
the
watch
back,
that the
and
whole
still ends
time.
up getting another. And yet, the double push into spawn just allows Trent an unexpected position.
And then he managed to loop all the way around. And then he got the TP on Kankan.
Masterfully.
Kankan TP'd back and he just had a free kill.
Broken EDG's money right back.
No
This is
way
unreal. This was a tantalizing prospect of a game no matter what. But seeing the scoreline get to this against the odds here. G2 pulling it out. EDG now have to do the same right back. Leaf says no to the beginning. Kung's gone down.
It's a great shutdown, and there's double push in mid as well. They know that Leaf is fighting over towards B long, so they're going to try to apply some pressure over there.
There is so much going on. We've got to push over towards middle. And in reaction to the push over towards middle, they realize there's probably a clearer site. We still got a 1v1 in middle, and there would be
tough to handle,
a gun, but it's only a stinger, so it doesn't really matter too much.
Gives them a little bit of hope.
They got a solid crossfire as soon as this smoke goes.
Here's where you see G2
G2 should be in control.
They've taken that position over towards Secret and Spawn, just like the prior round. And again, it delivers.
You're talking about against the odds. This is now stacking up against some G2.
Okay, one chance.
Blooming heck. 4 standing.
EDG gave this such a good go, though. They really did.
At least in regulation. EDG
they gave it such a good go.
How many? Have they got any ults to bank?
They could try. I mean, they can secure with this comp. You can always take A main control, so they could try to get the Yoru ult if they wanted.
Completely twisted everything, hasn't it? I mean, EDG were the one at the start of the game, looking like they had very good breadth, good individual rounds. Smoggy with the clutch.
Agent Winter, thank you so much for the prime as well. Thank you for the 7 months.
Now G2 have answered back and have the map point to work with.
This is the pressure one. Leaf's got operator. Vandals throughout on the rest. EDG, goodbye here. Be enough. They'll set up on towards main. How long do they try and hold that? They've already decided against it.
Jorg's teleported away to go and reinforce Leaf's position. He's been holding a fairly passive angle at the start, wondering if Kung's going to peek into him. But now he can start getting a little more aggro. Getting a little
Great
more
little
info.
default at the moment. Pressure,
So many
pressure.
question marks on the map. You've got the Owl drone towards middle,
Yeah,
you had the
thank you
Vice
for that,
flash
Pansy.
towards middle, you had that early contact towards A. You've had now Util over towards B long. So much for EDG to try and figure out where this ends.
And the Prowler just got broken in A main. Valen's stuck around to break that from Simon, so Simon still thinks
And
there's
look,
presence
but
right now
literally
in A.
because
In
of
fact,
that, they
you see
just
the
hold
rotates
so
going
many
towards
people here. They're getting
slippery
they're getting
from G2,
Sovro
so
again, and they can head over
cerebral.
towards
This
it.
puts
Nobody
nobody
has to
in
kill
a
everyone. He's
duo-die
about to be
scenario, and
in the
look
middle
at
of
the cross,
Thorns,
it's nowhere to hide.
and he's got a
G2,
Sovro on his
pixel
head.
perfect on the execute, but stalled
Wild.
out for a second. 30 seconds now. As
This
the ball comes in,
this
EDG
whole
down
round
a
from
man, but does that
G2
make
was
a
like
difference?
lovely to watch.
As they
Lovely,
back
lovely.
up, EDG have got all the tasks
One of the most
ahead of them.
perfect rounds you can kind of get.
No
This is
cosmic
like when you
divide.
plan out a
No
default
way
and
for
everything.
Kankan to get in. This has got to be
You know,
brute
this is
force.
how you imagine it in your head working.
They've got it. They can do it. Kang the first to take those steps, even up this
Ooh,
one.
it's a
Leaf
big
with a
miss.
missed shot. And now
Ooh,
Smoggy
hold up.
chimes in with one as well. EDG never caring about the odds.
Yeah, and
never
it's
caring. What the
it's so
numbers may
much
look
distraction.
like. As now
Astrasuck?
Valen
No
hard to
Astrasuck on
fight
this
for
as
an
well.
answer, he can't do
Holy
it.
hell, they managed to
EDG
they managed to
taking
win
out
this.
Salty.
5v4.
I
Dude,
feel like this
that,
game
The
completely
missed shot
deserved
from
it.
the op is going to haunt them a
Incredible from
little
EDG
bit.
to get back into that one.
Got an insta
And
reset
this
on
round,
this.
I think essentially decided by that early fight that Kankan
Yeah,
took.
poor guy. Even if he
Even after
jiggles
nobody
left and
goes
right,
down,
he
I was
does to the
talking about
thorns there.
Kankan needs to be able to get back in, and he wins the Yoru head-to-head against Jorgamo. Jorg was posted up towards back holes, and they needed that ability to entry. It also got the
I do
dimensional
like
drift
that
back online.
EDG
They earned
every single
themselves another
time,
life. G2 could not capitalize
like
on that one map
they're
point.
pushing with someone different as well.
What a game.
Like over towards the A
Love to see
flank, it
two
was nobody.
masters
This one is
at work here,
Chi-Chu.
it feels
Like it's hard to keep on
12
top
apiece.
of who
And we
you're
were
spotting and who
questioning,
is
or at
like
least
the normal
looking towards Kang's
flank.
ability on
Right,
that
you have to
Yoru,
keep
how
on
it's
top of
sitting
so many
right
different
now,
agents
it's
that
looking
could
pretty
potentially be
nice.
behind.
24 to 18 already. Nice performance from him. Chi-Chu right up there with him. And we go back in. We go for it again. EDG on the attack. G2 on the defense.
Flora,
Not a
thank you so much.
particularly heavy
Dude.
hold
Appreciate the
of
21
A-main here
months.
from
Thank you
G2,
for
not
that.
committing many resources to it whatsoever. Just relying on the fact that Jonah P's got his Vice set up here.
Okay,
I'm not
drone.
even sure that EDG spotted the deep
lose
wall
A-main.
that Jonah was placing.
Drone over towards middle to
Regulation.
clear this, and
G2 have
three-person.
gone for mid info instead here.
Yeah, and mid is scary. You don't really want to push past
know what you're
this,
hoping for.
right?
Someone's there or
Into the
someone's not.
crossfire. Anywhere past this
Very
line is, unless you have like the
clear-headed
Yoru or
towards
the
middle.
chamber,
Trent wants back
you're
in.
pretty
This
much
is
going
dangerous.
down. Big
He
flash.
isn't alone. Oh, Valen on the bailout. Takes away Kang
Did he
Kang, and they
peek
can slip back a
before?
little bit deeper, but this split
Maybe?
is coming in no matter what. Nobody.
Oh, nobody
This
is.
is lovely work from
That is,
G2.
that
They
is
just funneled
desperation
into
at the
death.
end there.
There's no way that nobody knew that Vice Wall was there.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
didn't
he just
hear
walked
it.
through it into his death completely. G2 have bamboozled them with the defensive setup.
Watching this has been masterful. Simon, it feels like a formality, a 1v5. Very, very difficult. And
Very,
it is
very
G2.
nice for G2. Another go at it.
Upping the ante there in OT.
I would love to see the
Super
Valen
clean
kill.
from
I think
G2.
he shot
And
him
one of the
before
main
he
reasons why they were
hit
able
the
to stack
flash.
so many players towards mid and A was because Leaf just held the line on B the entire time.
Yeah.
There was barely a frame there where Valen manages to see that, and his crosshair placement wasn't even that great, but gets the job done. A little bit of panic, I think, towards the end as well. They thought that they had to react into the A site.
Let's go, baby.
Best event of all time?
Nobody had the wrong idea about what the defense looked like.
These
And we see another
matches have been
glass
awesome.
cannon operator, this time on the other
The
side.
problem
on
is that the first
defense
games there's a
for
lot of
Kankan.
2-0s, dude.
Big investment.
But also a big
Like
difference.
now we're getting the
Leaf was
tit like
holding this
the
area completely on his
seeds
own,
against the
which allowed
first
stacks
seeds.
towards
They're,
mid
like, they're
and
really
A.
good. We've had some
Playing this,
incredible
but
maps
with
though.
two players supporting, which means there is still a big weakness over towards mid and potentially A in the mid round.
I don't know if that Prowler caught towards A. I'm not sure if it actually identified where Leaf was residing, but a very diligent clear from Simon just to sidestep that one. Does want to lose his life for this, but does now note that there is presence still towards A main.
Art is so open. This defensive setup from EDG is a weird one. Chi-Chu's coming over to try to pick it up. You're worried about Leaf, I suppose. But they spotted a little glimpse of him at the start of the round
Four-pass
over
and
towards
stack.
A main, so
We got a
eyes
1v1
on
over
playing
towards
Lurker.
B as
It's not
well.
that bad.
Oh my.
Do you really want to be doing this against Kankan?
Oh.
Apparently, yes. Trent's feeling it, but they're not falling for it.
Yeah,
As
they're
much
not
as
falling.
this
They've
is all
got
a bit of a
4
ruse.
on site and they're
How much
only
do they
hitting from
commit
A main,
behind
but
it? Oh,
the
he's so
spike is
hungry
going
for
back.
it. You don't
Chat,
expect
time
him
is
to
going to get
chase
so
that
low on this one. They're
closer.
going to call for the cancel of the rotate. They want to go back over towards B
now.
because Trent goes down.
Yeah,
They've got no
they're
space,
still
and now they're going to
heading
force
this
it to a
way.
pass
This could be going again.
into a
We
site
might
of
be
3.
going again.
You go again.
EDG, they do
Yeah,
what's happening.
you go again on this for sure.
Brave in holding it down. And we go again.
Yeah, this was nice though. They have to push Kang off of that angle.
Ran. We noted that at the beginning of the round, Kang had 2 additional players with him.
Yeah, like he doesn't have to worry. They've a pure minimum here.
Kang is alone over
They've got to
B.
break
They've got
the
read.
or
They've
set off
stepped
the
over
vice
towards the
wall.
rest of the map. And like you said, Trent on his own jump peeking that just doesn't create enough pressure to push Kang off the line. He's super happy taking the duel. And despite winning the round, here, EDG take a timeout. They're going to have a bit of a discussion, because also they don't really understand necessarily why they lost the previous attack round. They don't know why there was such a stack and device over towards A.
Okay, EDG go for that
timeout.
timeout.
Identify that now in these
Again, people that knew both coaches can speak in this timeout.
If you're in the server itself, maybe the coach can identify it and maybe get a little bit of a read
Can you time
themselves,
out after the other coaches timed out? Yeah, but normally you don't need 2 minutes to explain
Credit
everything.
here to EDG in my mind, keeping up to this one, and G2's resilience is absolutely showing. Both sides now digging incredibly deep, and it always gets a bit weird in OT anyway, as much as we are seeing a couple of those opportunities being maybe not missed by EDG, but not even notified. They don't even know about what's been working for G2 in some of these rounds to try and capitalize on that here when G2 could still flip this up any way they want. They have depth on this map.
I am feeling good about EDG though, because considering we've played 26 rounds, I'm not seeing the lack of depth that I thought we might see from EDG with only a couple weeks practice.
It's true what he's saying as well. I mean, they had 30 days.
It feels like it just talks to the caliber of this team that they're able to apply such brilliance so quickly. But we go in again. Of course, EDG this time around on the attack and G2 on the defense. So let's see if EDG this time can convert here.
3 players over towards middle. A bait and switch setup at double doors, but that's not where the pressure's coming through.
Straight through on.
Now, last time, the smoke has been popped in Art, and then we saw Trent and Valen both double fighting. Simon wants to try to take the fight. They're putting bodies here, daring G2 to stop them.
G2 fancies it. We've been discussing their composure, their cool under pressure. They don't like what they're seeing there. It does put Jonah P on a bit of an island, but he does have util to
and they force it all the way through.
Having to respect it coming in. But
this is nice though. If they could try pivot elsewhere.
There could be a split through from main.
Yeah, dude, this is hard. We got like question marks everywhere at the moment. It's very hard for the defense. Got a 2-1-2.
No, it feels like he knows.
Jorgamo.
Timing's gonna be. Oh my God, Jorgamo! There's no one like this man.
Oh man, he did so much damage to the last as well. 30.
To know of that
Did
possibility
Jonah P
and
get
play
spotted
for it,
here?
but it's still
No.
3v4. We've seen EDG go up against these odds and still succeed, but in the smoke, waiting is Jonah P. G2 will have to play this in. Smoggy bringing it back to a 3v3. Valen, this is a really risky play here. Does he get out? He does. Okay, I was a bit worried he might get isolated in front of that, but nobody's taking away Trent.
Yeah, just spammed all the way through.
I was just spamming the flowers.
Oh my God, but G2 now on the flank as well. He tried to get that pressure on the
low
backline.
HP as well.
Valen now has problems left, right, and the spike against him. G2 is an issue. It's so hard to clear.
Very nice.
Man disadvantage.
Very nice.
Doesn't matter.
Smoggy.
Make it up to 14.
Did a lot of impact on this one. The spam through the smoke was really big as well.
Okay,
first chance for EDG to actually just take this over the finishing line.
Because this awareness was spectacular to put his team at an advantage. Jonah, though, gets caught. He's playing inside a smoke at R, expecting EDG to go on a pretty fast timing on the A split. And once the smoke goes down, his wall hasn't been tripped in A. He just doesn't have the cover to be able to play around.
Yeah, he needed like a he needed a smoke over towards main or something.
Then the whole of the A site is open and salvos spam, they fall in flowers. EDG playing with patience and composure, despite the fact that we're deep into OT. But of course, this team, they've demonstrated that they can
it was
do
like
it
the
all.
pressure of just getting Jorgamo alone really helped them out with the
however,
rotate. And then Jonah P was just left solo.
They have won internationally. They haven't won a Masters as well.
And they didn't feel comfy to like 2-2 on sites just because you have the area that you can like crouch through at the
only players ever to have won Masters and Champs. So that's another piece of history that they're fighting for. I'll tell you who else is doing that. Jorg on the other side.
Very good, yeah. A little bit of kind of a mirroring moment between these two in that regard. And we saw EDG take that timeout earlier. G2 now going to be going for theirs as well, getting deeper and deeper into this OT. And you're right, there is a lot of symmetry between these two teams, or at least
yeah.
between some
But
of the
again,
players,
EDG coach can
talk
talk as well.
in this, but coming back in, what the hell does G2 do now? The kind of pressure's back on them
gets the op out.
This
is what saved them earlier, right? Where they had info. Dude, look at this. 4 passing.
Was difficult.
I mean, we can see on the minimap they caught this one right.
Going for, but Leaf was always that player going for the exploration. This, though, could end up
Kang had an op, and now he changed back to a rifle.
That, but they just somehow, like,
oh, it's a late clear of A main.
Like EDG is sticking around, and as RG2, this
there is a Yori TP to get out of there. Valen, this is smokes.
So
no smokes.
EDG out on top. Valen goes down. Jorgamo!
Oh man, there's so many in there. They caught so many.
Kang and Chichu this time around going to be asked a big question. Ult's already in.
Yeah, the
Jorg wants
spams
to
were
find
just
this man.
nuts.
You don't want to leave him unchecked. Has he found a gap? Absolutely not. Fight
Whoa, my goodness.
Gets out of there, but he still fights.
Damn, he still got him as well.
Chichu in a world of trouble.
Okay, let's go again on this one.
Right
it's a shame. It looked like the EDG plan was really good. They just got caught out in the open. Was there some util that I missed? Was there like an Astra stun or something?
Taking a risk in a round like
I didn't see why they struggled to get out for so long.
You can't play to avoid losing, and this is the definition of playing to win. They
just wanted to fight, and they ate the flash.
All got caught by the flash reclear from Jorg. Couldn't ask for bigger impact, and chasing down his counterpart as well. Euro TP, the gate crash, not getting far enough away from danger.
Yeah, it was that and just spams.
What G2 could do, but EDG kind of handed it to them.
That's unlucky for EDG.
Oh, this game
they definitely had a great plan there.
To our expectations. 2 of the heavyweights here in Valorant in this current day and era.
Yeah, this is a nice recon at the moment for G2.
So
they just cleared all of A.
So far. Of course, at 14-14.
So even though there's pressure here, they know that no one can be like past this line yet.
Side.
They're playing B as the weak side of the map again here, G2, but it's not with, you know.
Okay, so they could have got over towards A main. This is a question mark, and in reaction, they drone to see if anyone actually followed up the drone. Fade Eye goes in, so they know for sure that they got A main.
This time, round 29.
Dude, it's one of those rounds again where G2 just don't have much info. They are stacking on the right side.
They might try to fully walk it in.
This is going to get weird. We've got Teo. Wait, when the salvos were just used recently, right? So they're going to have nothing to clear back elbow.
Really careful on these jump spots here. They are so close. Yeah, okay, bye-bye. Got to run away. Get out of there. You're ringing the alarm bell. They are at the door. They're in the door. They're at the site. Trent gets a
recon. It's a lovely trade back from Simon.
It's all gone to hell in a handbasket as Kang is breaking down the door, taking away Leaf. Fancier go at Jorg. Turns the flash, gets back in time.
His flashes are great at the moment, but lovely trades again.
In a 1v3, we talk about pace, we talk about aggression. EDG showing we can do it just as well. Lovely
I wonder what the comps are like from G2 here, because
this is incredibly difficult.
I'm not sure if the salvos were called,
dwindling here.
because there was no salvos for elbow, so Valen could have tucked in on elbow.
One right, the crossfire near on Unbreakable.
But I think he's been like conditioned to feel like he can't play here because normally they salvo.
And that's a great game plan. They called that one straight off the barrier drop. That wasn't necessarily a mid-round or an audible based off info.
Yeah, that was clone saving as well.
It was a game plan from the very beginning, called by nobody or maybe by Muggle during the timeout, to just take that walk down B long. Couldn't have picked a better round to do it. In prior rounds, they would have run into the operator or maybe even the Vice. And this one was perfect. Now it's on EDG to close things out.
Kang again wanted to op, goes back for the rifle. And they're doing it again. They were like, hold up, we did the right thing here, we just ate a flash.
Now they do it again.
Can't fail twice.
Right?
Okay, they wait for the recon,
stats work, yeah.
And then they 4-pass and push. This is what they were going to do if there was no aggro pressure here. They were always going to do this. And then TP goes in, and now they got a 3-pass and push. They're going to get to the wall, and do they like hold the wall, or do they actually push?
It's going to be a big signifier of something is up. I mean, the fact that you've got to double doors means something has gone wrong.
4 is a bit too much. It's okay, because you're OTPs, so you get 3-2 anyway.
For EDG, can they close it out in this round? G2 knocking, and this time it's Chichu.
Big duel. What a duel that is.
Looking for more.
He did so much damage as well. Chichu might have done it. Does Trent expect this?
On the back lines, dealt with. Trent wants to carry this on. Spots another.
He did incredible.
Just got to play his life here. Play smart here. Doesn't need to do too much. He finds a little bit of safety to fall back to.
Simon's going to deliberately get hit by this. This is going to slow things down quite a lot. And I think Smoggy's got to take the initiative. I think he has to be the person who takes first contact. G2 are all moving their way forward.
Damn, Trent did great.
He's not going to have that chance. That was almost 3 players at the same time swinging.
You'd imagine we're going again.
It's a great
Time's super low. He's going to have a smoke. That's about it.
Not just holding positions and crossfires, though now they can settle into that kind of thing to shut Smoggy down.
That's nice.
Very nice from Trent. If Trent loses that duel, long B,
like this game is going to
different
end,
rounds.
it doesn't. It can't. We're trapped here forever.
I mean, there's worse things.
Well, what is it with EDG and playing these kind of maps to open series? They did this against Team Liquid as well.
Oh yeah, no, it's true.
18.
Every single fast map they play is just outrageous.
Look, I've got nothing else to do tonight. I'm happy with this one. If it was going to be a good game, I'm happy to keep going back and forth. But you will see the exhaustion hitting in, that frustration over and over and over. So close to closing out and then brought right back up to 15-15. Having these heroic calls, these brave approaches. You know, who blinks first almost? EDG, another opportunity on this attacking side now.
Leaf is solo holding B, but without the operator. Wow. Somehow Jogamo was able to dip inside the smoke and timing that. He's giving away his position with the flash.
Leaf?
These jump spots.
I feel like Smoggy just saw him. Okay, there we go. Whoa! This guy's on radar. Wait.
Leaf is...
Why is Leaf still going for it?
It does scare me a little, but he's fine. We're still seeing EDG kind of doing this 2-on-2, pressuring on both of the extremities at the same time, but you're looking at also where nobody's getting off to.
Yeah.
He's already straight up through
keep an eye on nobody. He's just walked past everything.
Unnoted.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. I mean, he's got past the flash. The flash has not been used for information from
Just
Jonah
disrespecting
B.
all the Vice util. Dude, he's inserted over towards the corner. This is nuts, man. Okay, calls his team over. Calls his team back over towards here. When does Jogamo or Leaf clear all of this? One jump spot, one jump TP. Okay, they're going to get the stack over towards A.
Asking his team to create pressure so that this area
you're
gets
insane.
cleared.
That's the spike, though.
Trent might have a beautiful
Oh
timing
my
of his
god.
This is a huge audio cue. Trent's going to hear it. He's going to find it.
Really, really nice. Recon gets some info. They definitely got a fast go here. 20 seconds on this one. Form down over towards site. Huge shot.
He's still trying to go towards this. Jogamo pop flash has a look, finds nothing. Plant trying to be played towards. They've got it in. 4v3 though. Kung, Simon and Smoggy gonna have to stand together.
What a shot.
Sets back Jogamo. Another chance here, down to 3v3 now. Simon's unrelenting.
Simon takes space on the side as well, yeah, and they weren't even expecting that.
Leaf gonna deal with him, but it's traded out again. 2v2.
Smoggy's holding this angle.
Time now starting to become a factor here. G2 need to try and disrupt these final 2 players. And Leaf the one to put his body on the line, put his life on the line. Leaf?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. No way, dude. They just thought he was off it.
Oh my god.
Oh man, it's such a devastating way to
where you
lose
could be
it.
sticking that from, because otherwise it's one way. There's a tiny
culprit.
gap on the left side of the smoke. They've just let him get away
Yeah,
with
use their smoke
murder.
against them.
And in what could be the most consequential round of the first map.
Yeah.
Because
Because they refreshed this to try help out Simon, but then Simon swung out thinking that the smoke was done, so maybe the comms weren't good on it, and they just used their smoke against him.
The Red Bull clutch pulled out at the 11th hour.
Gives you goosebumps, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's it's like a really rough one as well. So like mentally, this one's can't feel great.
EDG trailing this time. G2 round to the good, but a lot of pressure here through our Jogamo.
I mean, triple crossfire. You can't go through this.
It's G2.
Yeah. Great position from EDG. No pressure anywhere else on the map.
EDG looking for a way back in. They try and fight towards the site, but they lose out as Jonah B left in a 1v3. And this match feels like it'll never end.
Yeah, it's,
I mean, at minimum
it's
at
just
this
non-stop.
point, it's going to tie EDG's 18-16, barring something ridiculous from Jonah P. He's got a similar situation to Valen previously.
Yeah,
where the
and he can put his
over-rotation
flash
from
down.
EDG pulls people
Every time we
away,
watch him
and
normally,
he's
he
got
has a
plan.
great idea with this. He
It's
should
again a
know
similar
that the
spot where
wall's over
you can't
towards
really play
here.
back holes
Oh,
in this
thank you,
position
Chris.
because nobody's just going to clear you out with a salvo. And at the moment, Jonah can't do anything.
Guys, tell me you know that. Okay. I was going to say, tell me you know that you're on the third person.
Well,
Oh, but it's okay.
Could
It's
be
going
a
to go
bait.
down before they can get half.
I think EDG realise it's not.
Oh, good. Oh, it's not good.
Dude, this agent
He's
is
still
so
slipping around
strong.
this. Hold on. Nah,
So
come on, EDG.
strong,
We're going
dude.
every every single round possible.
For God's sake.
This is gonna go up. You know what I mean? There's only so many times I can keep getting.
At least it was very
16,
skillful
16.
to
This is just
pop open the
ridiculous.
iPad and just
What is the record
place
at an
them.
international event?
Someone's gonna be able to pull that up.
I'm sure they will.
Enemy remaining.
1917, I've just been told.
Good vintage.
So, we certainly could end up getting there. This is absurd. They're taking chunks out of each other, and they're also still trying to showcase new stuff.
Yeah.
Different stuff.
Look, I know, because when we talk about G2, especially on this map, Pearl is a fantastic map for them. Their map pool is really impressive.
No,
EDG still showing
I like
depth
this
and
though
new looks
because
at this point.
this literally a buy of the omp to be like Leaf is jump peeking way too much. Even when he's seen someone, he's still jump peeks. They're droning, they're waiting for they turn the corner, they set the op up here, and then I don't know if he shot or something, but Leaf this time didn't stick around with his jump peek. Peeked once and then saw one. Backed out. He did shoot? Okay, then there we go. That's why. Yeah, missed the opportunity. I haven't got my sound on high enough, chat.
This is a lot on your plate, mate. This is a lot of pressure. That's a pixel. He's found a body. Oh, another! He's got two again!
First kill. First kill in overtime is a shorty.
But every time.
Now the rest of G2 though need to fill up this area. Valen needs to make sure that EDG can't cross.
Oh my God, Simon's still
Whoa,
good for
the
it.
trended grey and Leaf is here to reply on it. Another 1v3.
Stalwart and holding towards middle.
It's rough to do it with an op here, especially when the spike's done.
Kung.
And an almost impossible situation. I mean, he's got an attack operator. He didn't even see a soul this round. Didn't have a chance to have impact. And it's also got to be rattling through the back of the heads of EDG that
30 seconds left.
If they hadn't allowed Leaf to stick the defuse in a prior round, they would have won the map already.
Can't feel good. If there was anyone
Yeah, he's gonna have no time for this.
It's
a nice shot.
Oh,
It's a great shot.
God, there was a feeling in the room.
If the trip hadn't gone off.
Yeah, if the trip hadn't got off there, he's out, and he could go for another.
Okay, 17, 16. Back with G2 with the chance to close out now.
At this point, I don't even want them to close it out
I
here.
want to keep going.
I want them to see, you know, let's at least tie the record. If you got to this point and you don't get the record.
Kang just Spider-Man meme and Spawn. We both looked at each other, knives out.
The operator's still there for Kung. Maybe a little bit
Okay,
more
this time
viable
Kang
on the
actually
defending
goes
side,
for the
of course.
op on defense.
G2 have to once
He
again
kind of wanted to do it a couple
rally
of times and then got
themselves forward on
the
Can they close
decided
out
to
now?
get the
Can they
rifle.
make it up to 18?
Leaf off
Control
angle
being fought for towards
towards
that B
middle.
main approach.
Yeah, just using the salvos there to cancel Trent's drone, make it feel like Kung is playing with the operator towards
Yeah,
B
and them
long.
taking B
They're
main
pretty
actually
confident about it,
pushed
pretty
them off.
bold.
Smoggy's
that.
going for the same play that the Jorkamo did.
Looking for it, but
It's
they
going
are just
close with the
avoiding
shorty.
him. They've managed to navigate away from this.
They got the read, and Valen's created a good timing to hit the A side.
Wait, it might
Question is whether they
they
can actually
might
do
go
that.
through. They actually might go through
At
here.
this point, it might give EDG a time.
Dude, that'll be so funny.
Back out. And Smoggy in the same spot.
No,
as
this is what
Jordan
I was talking about. Yeah, the fact that you can do this,
He did get the little bleep.
because when you have the Vice Wolfer behind, you can start doing trips like this, and that means that you can actually like clear these corners. It's exactly what I was saying. Smoke blocks vision, trip to actually like clear all of this. This is the stuff that you need to start doing on attack because you do like a little bit of info.
This could be the floodgates open. Do they speed up off this? Taking pause for thought towards up, but Simon needs to make a masterpiece out.
Oh,
Really
boy.
G2 now on the line. This could be over. G2 surely in the driving seat now. A 4v3. Oh, G2, prove me wrong.
Oh my god, G2! Whoa, that was nuts game.
Wow, banger.
Absolutely crazy game.
Here in Bangkok already.
What a
See
way
that
to
chamber
open a
trip
series.
impact on the last
If
round
this
though.
does end up being
Yep,
a grand
yeah, that
finals
was nice.
preview, then
Good to
you've
use it. I
got
mean, that's why you should play
an
chamber, so.
amazing end to a
That's what I'm
potential
saying.
tournament here. That match, that map
Chat,
was
1
beautiful.
hour 13
That's
minutes
only
on
map
this
one.
slot.
Fine.